you do when your spring high school performance of Singin' in the Rain gets canceled because of a pesky pandemic?
Well, you reimagine what you can still do to perform and learn while maintaining social distancing. This week, Michael Bruno goes back behind the screens with Middleton High School's Reimagine Theatre.
Our theme for this year was Reimagine, and we have found we've had to reimagine pretty much everything this semester. And part of that was coming up with ways to inspire and have kids learn in this situation. And we came up with this idea of connecting students with common interests with professionals that are working and doing a podcast project where they interview and have some really, dig a little deeper into the people's process and get a little inspiration that way.
And so, Zane, how did you then implement this and get this whole project started?
Well, Katrina and I both reached out to friends and people we've known from the industry kind of via social media and just put the word out that we were looking for people who are interested in speaking with students, people that are either current theatrical professionals or who have studied theater and then are kind of using that in their maybe more traditional professional lives as well, and just how we can keep the arts kind of central to our focus and career path.
And then do they get to see each other's project then? Is it all posted someplace where they can all participate and then see?
We have a website and we also have a YouTube channel as of this few months that the students have an option to video or do an audio recording.
And now, Chase, can you tell me a little bit about who you talked to and what your experience was with the project?
Yeah, so I got to interview and get to talk to Mary Mastro, who works in hair and makeup in film and television. And some things she's worked on was for the reshoots of The Greatest Showman. She was the hair department head. So she had to take all of the designs and kind of replicate them for them to be able to reshoot some chunks of the film. She also worked with Michael Keaton for about 15 years on all of his films. She worked with Renee Zellweger for a few films. She's worked with Chris Pratt most recently on all of his Marvel films like Avengers Endgame and Infinity War and Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, it was a really great opportunity to get to, as a performer myself, I don't spend a lot of time in hair and makeup other than putting it on. So it was good to know how much work goes into it from their side of the story, and kind of understand how all of their work fits in with ours, and the cameraman and the grips and the electricians and how everyone kind of works together to make everything work.
Mm-hmm. We have had Zoom sessions twice a week just to connect and talk musical theater, technical theater, or whatever, read a play together. And I just, there's nothing like having them in the same space, though. It's really our first one. I was just, taken back by how much I just miss their energy.
And Michael's joining us now. It's just, these kids work all year for this, and then they get rear-ended.
And the hard thing is they had just put the set up and they had just started doing run-throughs, so they didn't even get a chance to run the whole show or even get a chance to have anybody get to see it. So it's such a shame that no one even got to see the performance of the show. So it's very, very sad that they went through all that work and all that trouble and never even got a chance to have a performance of the show. So,
it's amazing. It's amazing, though, what the teachers have done to sort of sustain that, even with the Zoom, doing it through Zoom. You don't get the same energy, like she said, but at least you get to hear each other sing and dance and perform on some level.
and coming up with these really creative things for them to do to keep them occupied and get to talk to other people and actually, have some kind of interesting thing for them to do with their time by talking to other theater professionals and getting to chat with people that are still have something to do with continuing with their career when once this is all over with.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
All right. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Well, there's Jim.
Friday.
It's Friday.
It's Mayday!
Yeah, happy May. Happy May.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Stay safe.